Hello, my friends. Welcome back to my page. I'm Laura with Chocolate to Chocolate Designs. Please say hello when you jump on the video. Hit that heart button for me. And here in just a second, I'm going to have a keyword for you to type in. When you do that, you're going to get the supply list for all the things that I'm using to make this project tonight so that you at home can make it yourselves. We are, you guys, kind of down to the wire right now for what we can be making for the 4th of July. So I thought we'd do another patriotic project tonight, possibly the last one because I do have Camp Chalk coming up this weekend or this week. We'll see what happens with it. But for tonight, you guys, the keyword is coming up in just a second. Hi, Leanne. How are you doing? Hi, Mindy. The keyword is barn. B-A-R-N. Go ahead and type barn in the comments. Hello, Wendy. Hi, Jan. Let me see if I can get my comments pulled up here real fast before I start seeing everybody go up the thread here and I can't find them. You guys, how is everyone? Happy Monday. Happy Monday. You guys, we have a couple of things too that tonight's the last night. Tonight's the last night of the free with purchase Butterfly Chubby pack. And tonight's the last night for free shipping on orders of $100 or more. So make sure you're taking advantage of that. Hello, Pam. Hi, Lynn. Hello, Missy and Kathy. All right, here we go. I'm getting it. As long as it'll load for me, because last night I didn't want to. You guys are in for a treat tonight, because I'm in a mood. I am so tired. Usually when I'm tired, y'all, we have the best kind of a show, right? Hi, Frankie. Hi, Wanda. Oh, my goodness. Hello, everybody. Hi, Lisa. Hello, Mary and Brenda and Nancy and Linda. Hello, Carol. Can't wait to see you, girl. Just a couple more days. Hi, Joni. Oh, I hope you guys are all doing fabulous today. Absolutely fabulous. You got your order today. Yay. Hi, Wanda K. Hello, Teresa. All right, you guys. So the keyword is barn. Go ahead and type that in the comments there. B-A-R-N. We are doing patriotic again. Thank you so much, Annette. Hi, Noemi. How are you doing, girl? Hi. I love it. Hello, Arlene. Oh, my goodness. Hi, Leah. I have missed you guys so much, but I feel like I'm still struggling to get back into like the groove of things. I take a day off and then I feel like I'm just lazy. But really, I cleaned up from the party today and I got everything done. Hi, Kim. Hi, Joanne. Oh, I'm so excited to see you too. I'm so excited to see everybody. So excited to see everybody. What was that? Did I get your... I did not make them. I bought them from Shein. I've been going crazy with the jewelry on Shein lately. And really increasing my earring stash, especially because it's fun. It's fun. All right, you guys, we're going to go ahead and we're going to do something a little bit different tonight that I haven't even tried before. We're going to be using crackle tonight. It's the Fine Line Crackle by Pentart. That's my favorite crackle to use. It's a 2-component piece of Fine Line Crackle. Hi, Cheryl. Thank you so much, Pam. 2 components. One of them is the component 1 of the varnish, and the component 2 put together gives you this really awesome crackle technique. But what I've not done before, y'all, is I have not tried to crackle over our paste. I've always painted the surface. Before I have put the crackle down using a Waverly paint or an acrylic paint. And I have never tried to use our paste with it. So we're going to try that tonight. Hi, Jackie. Thanks for sprinkling, you guys. Thanks, Carol. You just bought the Fine Line Crackle. Oh, I love this stuff. Absolutely love it. Hi, Ann. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to start off with this guy right here. This is our chubby rectangle. And you have your first appointment with the surgeon tomorrow morning. Oh, girl, thanks for saying appointment. I hope everything goes well for you. I almost forgot. Evan's got an appointment tomorrow, too. Almost forgot about that. I hope I don't forget in the morning because it's taken me... Y'all, this appointment with Evan, I had to... Hi, Carolyn. I had to schedule it 8 weeks ago for ears, nose, and throat just because he has a deep wax buildup. And the doctor couldn't get to it. Paste and crackle. Yes. Hi, Linda. Paste and crackle. We're going to see how this goes. We're going to go ahead and use one of these chubby rectangles. It's a 5x7. Hey there, hi there, ho there, Mary Jo. I love it. It's a 5x7 chubby rectangle. Oh, it's written on my calendar. I've got a reminder on my phone, and yet still, without all of these reminders, I will just forget because I'm forgetful. No, I have so many things on my mind all the time that I can't keep them in order and straight and all of that. But we got to get that done. All right, so this right here is just one of our 5x7 square chubbies. We're going to be using two different transfers tonight. Okay, are you guys ready for this? They're both A-size transfers, and both of them are currently on sale for our patriotic sale. Okay, so we're going to be using the distressed flag right here. This is currently, it goes this way, you guys. This is currently 75% off. Really, really, really great deals. And then Country Pride, which I haven't used yet, you guys. This is 25% off with that sale. If you spend $100, ends tonight, you guys, you're going to get free shipping on your order. Okay. And then we're also going to be using one of these little slim cuts. I believe these are also 25% off right now for the slim cut that goes with this barn, with the barn. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and we're not going to do this yet. I'm still trying to get my head in order. We're going to go ahead with this piece to start off with, just keeping it white just how it is. Hi, Vicki. And we're going to use our first transfer. You guys ready? The one that says Land of the Free, Home of the Brave. We don't need to do the words, but we are going to do the flag for sure. We might do the words because, yeah, let's just do the words. Let's just do the whole thing. You're making an apron for chalk camp. Oh, you're going? Oh, how exciting! I want everybody who's going to come say hi to me. I am so, so, so excited. So excited. I just can't wait to get there. And I'm trying to take care of all the things, y'all. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Darlene. All right, so I'm going to give this a little fuzz, but not too much, because this right here is a transfer from 2025. I've used this on several different things that we've done. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to lay this right here on this block. And we're just going to do this traditional, y'all. We're going to do this the red, white, and blue with the white block and the blue and the red right on here. How many in my group are going to camp? How many of my downline? I think you're the only one this time, Carol. Hi, Christy. Unless somebody surprises me, and that's always possible. Hi, Ro. Oh, you guys, hold on. Somebody wants to come in here and say hi. Do you guys mind real quick if somebody comes in here and says hi? We have a little guest at our house right now who wants to say hi. So hold on for just a second. Okay, I got to let them in. Just a minute. Yeah, come on in. Just kidding, it's still me. Oh, you guys. Thank you, Ro. Oh, y'all, my friend came over for our party and she had this with her. She left it here and I was like, this is awesome. This is awesome. I'm so going to show everybody. So I had to come on here. Get it for myself. All right, let's get back to the project here. You thought it would be Evan. Oh no, it was our American Eagle. Oh my goodness, feel like a new woman now. I love that for you, Cammie. Oh man. All right, you guys, we're going to be using two colors on here tonight, just two for this American flag. We're going to use some Cadet and we're going to use Cherry, two of my favorite colors for doing patriotic. You're so fun. You're so welcome, you guys. love to laugh, you guys. I love to laugh. And my friend Melissa is just, she is amazing at getting everybody to laugh. Don't quit my day job. You prefer me as a chalker, huh? All right. It's all in fun, y'all. I'm not going to quit my day job to be an American Eagle. Oh, congratulations, Carol. All right, you guys, we're going to go ahead and we're going to do the top of this one right here in the blue. And I'm going to go ahead and just do the words right with this. This is Cadet Blue. It's my favorite blue for doing patriotic. Cadet and Cherry. Or Home, if you guys still have the color Home, which was a color of the month a while back. So this is an easy project that if you're not doing anything else, you could just do a transfer like this on this block. But I do recommend that if you do that, oh, congratulations. I do recommend that if you do that, you tape around the edges, because I just got a sloppy mess here because I didn't, and got it off the block a little bit. It's really not going to matter too much. I got like, that thing pulled all my hairs right from my face. All right, and then we're going to use Cherry on the rest of it. This part's going to go really fast and easy. So I'm just trying to apply some color to my background, but I do want the flag pattern. And we're going to do, because of the brave, we're going to do the whole thing. Just to kind of see how that comes out. And if it's not perfect, it's okay. If it pulls up a little bit, it's okay. This part right here is literally just to have some color in the background. All right, there we have it. There we have it. You found Puff at Michael's for $2.50 a jar. What a good deal. What a good deal. I love getting a good deal. You know, Amanda, I think that I found it for really cheap at Michael's too one time, but I think it was like $7.50 a jar. Hi, Tracy. All right, we're going to pull this right up. And now we've got a cute, this right here, just as it is, could very well be a decor piece that you've got in your house. We're going to do a little bit extra with this tonight, okay? A little bit extra. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this on my towel and I'm going to spray this down. We're already done with this one. Totally done with that one already. Not done with this yet, but I don't want those squeegees. Hey, Laura, you got that big dress for sale on really cheap. You don't even have to wear it. She's gonna... What? She's gonna what? She's gonna what? What do you mean? My dress? I don't even have to wear it? What are you talking about? I must have missed something that has to do with Camp Chalk, you guys. Because Carol's feeding me info right now. Telling me I bought a dress that I don't need. Which just means I'm going to have to find someplace fancy for John to take me so I can wear my dress. Spray. Yes, I will spray. Gosh, my hair keeps going in my eyes. The original price of $7.50. Goodness gracious. Okay, this time I don't think it's my hair. I think it's Willow's. It's a dress you got in the... Oh! I immediately, Carol, I donated that dress to Goodwill. Immediately. There it is. There's the willow hair. Definitely a willow hair. I am dressing up for opening night, and I am also dressing up for closing night, you guys. I have 2 dresses. Hi, Corey. All right, now I got to remember how this stuff works. Let's go with it. Let's go with it. All right. So we're going to go ahead now that we've got this right here done. We're going to paint right over top of it. I'm not telling you what color my dress and fascinator are. I'm not telling. It's got to be a surprise, Susan, because I did a little reel showing some different dresses at the store. And if I tell the color of my dress, you guys are all going to know exactly what one I'm wearing. Put my order in tonight. Thinking of... Oh, Peg, you should join Perks. If you're going to put in an order, you might as well join Perks because you're going to get 30% off and get... immediately, you're going to get $20 back in designer dollars. So... You're basically joining for free if you're going to place any kind of order on the site. 6 studs here. I have hair everywhere and vacuum daily. Enough to build another puppy. Oh my gosh. All right. We're going to go ahead and we're going to use Waverly in the color plaster. And I'm going to do that right over top of this that we just did, you guys. Right over top of it. We're going to see what happens here. Okay, we'll see. Thank you, Sissy. Ooh, and I think I might have added water to this one last time because it is definitely thinner than I remember it being. And I'm going to paint my sides and everything. Just so it works out. My idea here is to get some of this red and blue and white to show through this plaster color that's on here. The bigger the hat, the better. It's not, my hat's not huge. But I did add extra to it just to make it bigger than it was when I got it. You guys, I was going to make it by myself. I was just going to make a fascinator. And I decided I don't have time for that. So I bought one pre-made and then bought some flowers from Hobby Lobby that matched my dress. Just so that I could jazz it up a little bit, make sure that it matched, and yeah, make it bigger. I got my earrings from Shein. I have been on a huge Shein shopping trip lately. It seems like as soon as I get a couple of things in the mail, then I'm back on the site and I'm looking for more. I can't help myself. Because it's not just me who needs clothes for summer, it's also my daughter. And so I'm shopping for both of us lately. All right, I do my sides, my edges first. My sides are my edges. That way I can pinch my project like this and not get it all over my fingers. Just like so. And then we're going to lay this down. Just like so. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to paint right over top of what we just did. Now, it doesn't need to be... Shein has really cute stuff. Yes, they do, especially jewelry. They've got so many good jewelries. Now, I'm not trying to make this... I do need it covered. But I'm not going to come back and add extra layers to this. So I'm going to try to do just one relatively thick coat and see what works with it. Temu is bad news for you. I haven't been on Temu in a while. When I do, it always adds up to a lot of money. Because it's bad news for me too. They've got a lot of good stuff on Temu. And for really cheap too. Oh. Alright, so we're just trying to cover that up a little bit with a coat. It shows through a little bit. No, this is not the crackle that I have in the store that we have on my site. The crackle that's on the site is Dixie Belle. I'm using, and if we still have it, I think it's sold out. I'm using Pentart fine line crackle. So it's a 2-component crackle. I don't sell this. I got it on Amazon. Oh, you guys, we might have to put another coat on here. We'll have to see. We'll have to see because it looks like it's shining through. You used to be the monthly club membership, but quit. You will definitely love perks. You will love perks. And if you decide to come back to the club, you get a 30% discount on your club subscription as a perks member. So you pay $20 each month and you instantly get back $20 each month in product credit to spend. And then you get to enjoy a 30% discount. You just can't beat it. You really can't beat it. All right, I'm going to have to put one more coat on here. So there's, any crackle will work. You just got to read the instructions to see how each one works differently. Because they all do kind of work differently. You know what? I think I'm going to leave this. Yes, Tracy, you could. Yes. But you wouldn't be able to get them early if you did that. You would have to wait until, like, if you're a designer and you don't want to be, hi, Yolanda. Are you going to Camp Talk, girl? If you're a designer and you don't want to be a club member under yourself anymore and you just want to buy it outright, you can. But if you're in the subscription, then you get it mailed. Then you can add it on the month prior. And if you do not have the subscription, you couldn't purchase it outright. Let's say the cherry one until today. So you won't get it until almost the next month. You've done crackle a few times. We're going to add one more little coat on here, you guys, just because a little bit more of this red has come through. Shouldn't I? Nope, I changed my mind. We're not going to. We're not going to. Okay. We're not gonna. Hi, Dale. We're not gonna add another coat. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna start off with the component 1 of the fine line crackle. User guide attached. And y'all, you know I already threw it away. Here we go again. Okay, I got it. All right, so the first component is white. It's just a solid white color. We're going to go ahead and just grab any old brush, and we're going to brush this right onto here. Hi, Elizabeth. Right on top of what we got going on right now. I'm hoping that this works out well. Really hoping that it does. And we're going to give this, a relatively thick coat, I think. Not thick, but not thin either. Ooh. Well, hey there. Well, hey there. That was a lot. Though where you've got it thicker, your cracks are going to be bigger than where you got it thin. So just kind of figure out how you want your cracks, if you want them really fine line or if you don't. The word for tonight is barn. B-A-R-N. Type barn in the comments. Barn. And if I get a stars party, I'll bring the eagle back. Oh, you guys. I gotta tempt you with something. I'm gonna tell my friend I want to keep it. You can't have it back, Melissa. What did you put on just before you're doing what you're doing now? It's Waverly in the color Plaster. It's just chalk paint. Chalk paint. And then we want to get this closed up nice and tight. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to give this an air dry. Who sent me a hi? Hi, Wiley. How are you doing? All right, we're going to get this air dried up. This does take a little bit longer to dry than our paste does. But I did put it on here pretty thin. So we should have some really good fine line cracks in here. Once we get the second component on. And I'm also trying not to keep my dryer in one place for too long. Because if I were to hold this down in just one spot and just try to do one spot, you could bubble your crackle, and you don't want to do that. Hi, Brenda. Hello to everybody. And it should be nice and shiny when you're done with it. So it's kind of going to look like it's still wet, even when it's not still wet, because it's got to shine. All right, next step is, and it's slightly sticky, but I think we're good. Next step is the varnish number 2, the component number 2. This is where all the magic happens. So let me show you guys what we have so far. It looks kind of funky. You can kind of see the flag behind there a little bit. Not all the way, and you can see it's extremely, extremely shiny. Very, very, very shiny. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to add our crackle varnish on here. Now, there's a couple of things that I want to tell you guys about this varnish, okay? When you do your component 2, at least I think it's this way. If you want all of your cracks to kind of go down the line this way, I hope it's component 2, not component 1, then you're all going to brush in one direction. If you want your cracks to be like all over the place, then you're going to go one direction and then the other direction, and you're just going to crisscross it. We're going to try to crisscross it tonight and see what happens. Hi, Melinda. Cute baskets at thrift store today to chalk with. And the larger one is so cool. I want to see your project when you're done with it then, Tracy. All right, so this is component 2. And it's kind of like a honey color. Kind of honey colored. And we're just going to lay this right there on top of component 1. And I want to move kind of quickly because I want to get this on here in both directions. And as soon as this starts to dry, that's where you're going to get your crackle coming through. I'm going to brush it on there up and down first. Mom is doing good, but she does need me to come back over, and I don't know when I'm going to be able to do that this week, and I need to get over there as quickly as possible. So we're just going to have to see. The flag should show because we're doing crackle effect, but it's not going to show entirely. All right, so now I've gone back over it in the opposite direction. All right, now we're going to go ahead and we're going to get this dried up. And we're going to see, hopefully see that red and blue start to crack through. And we see a little bit more of that flag. I'm hoping. Y'all, I'm wrong. I think I did this the wrong way. Oh no. That's how it works with the Dixie Belle. We're going to make this work. This is not crackling through to the flag how I wanted it to. Well, it's okay. It's okay, because we're going to fix it. I have ideas. So you can still kind of see the flag through there. This is Pentart Fine Line Crackle, which is the kind where you're supposed to fill it in afterwards. And that's okay. I'm going to make it happen. And it's going to be gorgeous. Hi, Vicki. So, Annette, I think that this particular plaster, or this particular fine line crackle, gives you the crackle, but then you got to fill in the cracks where, like, so it doesn't actually crack through that bottom layer of paste that you put on there, or through to that bottom layer. The Dixie Belle, however, does that. This one right here, you fill in the cracks. So there are different kinds of crackle. Yes, after. NBD, you guys, this project is still going to turn out super, super amazing, because that's just how it works. So you can probably now see, hopefully, maybe not, the little cracks that go through that entire thing. Super cute. Super cute, but we're going to make those cracks stand out. So there's something I did not add to the cart link or to my supply list that I'm going to grab now. And we're going to make this happen, okay? So, hold please. What do I mean after? Okay, I'm showing you right now. Right now. If we were using the Dixie Belle, it would have cracked through that layer of the plaster color that we had on here, and then you'd see that flag more in the back with the Dixie Belle. But we used Pentart, and Pentart gives you a fine line crackle over the top of the design and doesn't crack through that color of paint, which is okay, you guys, because everything happens for a reason, and this is going to look amazing either way. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to grab some distress inks, because I got bunches and bunches and bunches of distress inks in many, many, many different colors. And we're going to grab a couple of different blues. Okay, so I'm going to, a couple of different colors. We're going to grab some blue, chipped sapphire, and fire brick red is my red color. And then I think I also want to grab out walnut stain. Walnut stain. Hi, Lena. Nice to see you too. Welcome. And I need my little dauber guys. Here we go. Let's try this out, you guys. Because we're experimenting tonight. That's what we're doing. That's for the red. This is for the blue. The containers are sold separately from the distress inks. And so are the little dauber guys. Dauber guys. You thought with Dixie Belle, you would put it on after the flag then put the plaster on top, and then it would crack. That's how you use it. I'm still figuring all of this stuff out. Oh no! I am still kind of figuring it out. What works and what doesn't work. And the different crackles and the other crackles and everything works differently. So we're going to go ahead and grab some Distress ink here. And I'm going to use the color red, this fire brick red. And I also want to have a towel handy. So I'm going to have a wet wipe handy, okay? And we're going to go through, and I'm just going to kind of go in a circular motion where all of the red was from my transfer from that flag. And wherever I had red for my flag, yes, my shirt is a heat set transfer. We're going to go ahead and we're just going to fill this part in wherever it was red and then come back in. Oh shucks, is that too much? There we go. And I'm just lightly wiping the top. And now hopefully you guys can see that my cracks are now filled in red right in those areas. Can you guys see the red in the cracks? I'm confused too. But I'm going to make it happen tonight. Okay? I'm learning with you. Terry, that's how they do it. That's right, you guys. We have a new launch tomorrow. Tomorrow we are launching our Disney princesses. They don't want to give free shipping on a day when you have a launch. It costs them a fortune. All right, we're going to do blue for all of our cracks that are over where that flag is blue. You guys, either way, this project's going to turn out fantastic. And I actually think I need to come back in with some more of that fire brick red for over in here, because it doesn't seem like it got down into the cracks like I wanted it to. And then just using a wet towel to gently go over. I've got it. I always will figure it out, you guys. I always will figure it out. And I'll just keep going until I get something that I like, because I don't give up on my projects, ever. Ever. No, I'm not saying that. I have definitely given up on a couple over the years. All right, so now we've got red cracks in some spots. We've got blue cracks in other spots. You guys, it still looks fantastic. Trust the process. Trust the process. Faux show. And then we're going to go ahead and come around with our brown. I know, right? And I want to do my edges just in the brown. Oh, thank you. The party was a blast. And I actually took some messages today from some parents who were just saying thanks for having it. And the kids had so much fun. And they were talking about it all weekend. And they're still talking about it. But when the party was over, you guys, we actually... the last couple that was here... the last couple that stayed was one of Evan's little friends, dad and his girlfriend. And they stayed here till almost midnight. Almost midnight, you guys. And At some point in time, Evan's friend had fallen asleep in one of the chairs by the fire. And Evan was inside the house crying. And I'm like, buddy, what's wrong? And he said that his friends didn't like him anymore. And I'm like, what are you talking about? What in the world are you talking about? And he said, well, he played a joke on this little girlfriend, and she didn't think that it was funny. And then he came in the house for something, and when he went back out there, he couldn't find her. And the next thing he knew, she was asleep by the fire. And so he thought that she was mad at him. Thank you, Pam. He thought that she was mad at him, and he was so upset about it. And I went out there, and her dad had gotten her out of the chair and had loaded her up in the truck, and they were getting ready to go home. And I told him, I says, listen, Evan's really upset right now because he thinks that your daughter is mad at him because apparently he played a joke and she didn't think it was funny. And he says he came over and talked to Evan for a little bit and he was like, listen, she tells me everything. So if she was mad at you, I would know about it. Like, trust me, dude, I would know if she was mad at you. And Evan was just not believing him at all. And then the little girl woke up from her nap in the truck. And Evan got to talk to her. And she's like, no, I'm not mad. I was just tired. You didn't do anything wrong. We're still friends. And I can't wait to see you again and all of these things. And she was just so, so, so sweet to him. And then John comes over with a word of wisdom to his son. You guys. And he tells him, buddy, this is something that you got to learn about girls. You're going to hear from them a lot in your lifetime that they're tired. And he's not wrong. Oh, man. Man. A lesson from Dad right there. You guys, I do like how this looks with the flag popping through and then you can see the fine line crackle in there. I still love that. I do. I put mine upside down under the covers, under the things, and then I put them back in the containers. That way each of mine have got their own individual ink pad. He's right. He didn't lie to the boy, but at 8 years old, you don't quite understand what Dad meant by that. But yeah, we're tired. We're all the time tired. All right, you guys, let's see how the rest of this project turns out. I'm not giving up on it at all. We're going to see as that for the background, how it turns out when we do the rest of it, okay? So you can see the crackle on there. Hopefully you guys can see that. It's hard for me with this extra monitor. A link for the containers. I got them at Michael's. I just bought them at Michael's. I don't have a link for them because I got them just from Michael's. All right, here we go. We're going to go ahead and we're going to start with this guy here. This is our little slim cut. And we're going to use that same plaster color on the slim cut, you guys. I still think that this is going to be super, super cute. Even with it not turning out how I had envisioned. Okay, so we're just, first of all, does this match? Nope, that's the wrong side. This side. Wonder if you would see more if you sanded it a bit. I don't think so because the varnish is on there. Either way, Either way, it's going to be a subtle background, you guys. But we still have the background of this transfer on here too. We're just going to see how it goes. But I've got this transfer we're going to do over top of it. I just wanted the flag in the background. I think it's going to look good, you guys. I think it's going to look good. If I do the flag on top now, it's going to make it to where this one doesn't show up quite as well as I had hoped. All right. So we're painting this with the plaster. Just you guys, trust my process. Trust my process of trying to figure it out live. And see what happens. Because that's what I'm doing. I'm going with my gut. Go with your gut, you guys. Just go with your gut. All right. Subtle is good. Subtle is very, very good. Thank you, Jackie. All right, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to start off with the barn. And I'm going to use those same two colors, the cadet and the cherry. Yes, fake it until you make it, you guys. Absolutely. And then we're going to use Storm. Hi, Sam. We're going to use Storm, and I'm going to mix my Storm with just a little bit of black velvet because I want it to be darker than what this is, but I don't want it to be black. Okay, so I'm going to grab some of this out here, and I did add some water to this yesterday, so it could still use a little bit more water. A little bit more. That should be enough. Just a squirt. And then we're going to add some black velvet, just a touch, you guys. Add your black velvet, like, seriously, a smidgen at a time, because a little bit of black goes a long, long, long way. Hi, Carol. And my objective here is just to make this gray more of like a storm gray. This is called Storm, isn't it? It sure is. More of like a thunderstorm gray. Can you use Dixie Belle Crackle over the... No, you won't be able to do that because this crackle that I just used has got a varnish on it. I'm getting a little bit darker. Picking up some of that black there. I think we need to add even more black velvet. Until we've got this dark gray tone. And I think that this right here is going to do it. Now, if you don't have Storm and you just want to use white, you could do black and just add a little bit of white to it. But I am going for like a dark, dark gray color, okay? And that's what I want to use on this tonight. Trying to mix it up well, but at the same time, if we've got a little bit of variation in color, that might not be bad too. All right. So we need wax. We don't need to wax this, I don't think. I'm going to try to do it without waxing this part. But we do need to wax this guy right here. Because it's wood, okay? And we just painted it. So we're going to give this a little bit of wax. Just like so. and then come back in with that. It does look like ash, and I wish we still had ash. 85 tonight in Western Washington. That sounds wonderful to me. I love the heat. I love, love, love the heat. We're going to come back in and we're going to buff off that wax. Just like so. All right, now let's grab out this transfer. We're going to give this a good fuzz, you guys, just like we did with the other one. This one, though, I've never used before. So we want to fuzz it a little better than we did the other one. Several fuzzes on here with our fuzzing cloth. I'm going to go 5 times. 5 times. 5's a good number. And we're going to lay this right down on top of our slim cut. Okay. We had 90 in Vancouver. Oh my gosh. 95 today, and then storms rolled through. We were 78 right now. See, the storms rolled through for us yesterday. Wet down everything that was still outside. Of course it did. And then today it was just cooler. And I don't like it cooler. All right, I'm going to go ahead and start with the flag. And we're going to do the blue right here. And when this part's done, and I've got my flag done, we're going to do everything else in storm. Okay. So there's the blue. Or storm mix, I should say. Keep getting paste off the edge of my squeegee, and I don't want it on the edge of my squeegee. And it's just like coloring. It's so easy. It's just like coloring. You're just coloring it in with a squeegee wherever you want your colors to go. Just like that. And then we're going to come back around with this color here. Calling for more tornadoes in Illinois. It's #1 for... Oh my gosh. We don't need any more. I hear you there. Lows range from 76 to 81. Oh my goodness. All right, I'm going to go ahead and pull that up just to be sure that that doesn't set in the silk screen. Of course, I got it all over my fingers. We're going to do everything else in the grays. What? Who's going to Panama City Beach? I want to go. You guys, those of you who are following You Rogue Kelsey, did you see that she made it past the halfway point? She is now closer to Hawaii than she is to California. And she made a pen pal. Could not believe that. Oh. I cannot wait to see her make it, you guys. She expected 80 days. Now she thinks she's going to make it closer to 50. Which is amazing. She's going to hit a Guinness Book of World Record. All right, you guys, here's our barn. Here's what it looks like on the slim cut. Hi, Maxine. Okay, I love, love, love that barn. I think that that looks so, so good. Oh, how cute. All right, now we're going to take our transfer and we're going to lay it right down on top of everything that we just did. On top of the block. And we're going to do the entire transfer now, except, yeah, it really has. The weather really has been in our favor for this. We're going to do everything on this transfer except for where the flag is at. Now, if you're not comfortable doing this, you could easily wash your transfer first. It might make it a little bit easier for you, because then you can see where you've done, where you haven't. You definitely won't have any paste gummed up anywhere. I'm just going for it. And I promise you it's not going to be perfect. Remember, we're just trying to get the background right now of all of this little distress stuff that's on the transfer. Anything that's like part of the barn is going to be done with the slim cut. So we just need to see where the barn is at. And then get all of these little extra detail pieces coming in here. All right, let's hope for the best. Let's hope for the best when we pull this up. You guys. Guess what? Like virtually none of my paste stuck to the varnish. Huh. That's okay. That's okay. I don't know why it didn't though. Bum, bum, bum. What do you think, you guys? Should I try to wash it? Maybe that's my problem. Maybe it's just too thick in the transfer. Let's try to wash it and see if we can do that again. Maybe it's too glossy. Statement about not holding your project up. I try, Carol. I promise you I try. Spray my transfer. Rough this up a little bit. Why does it feel sticky right there? Grunge the barn to match the background. This project's not turning out how I wanted it to, but we're going to keep going with it because buff the varnish a little. We're going to try to sand it, you guys. Because we got nothing to lose. You're right. We got nothing to lose at this point. And then maybe we can get some more of that flag to come through. Oh, I don't think that I want to use that one. Oh, that's really, really, really heavy. Heavy duty. What is this one? This one should work. Definitely not this one. I'm not willing to scrap it, Carol. We're going to make this turn out. Like I said, you guys, I'm trying something new. I'm always liking to try something new. This is probably going to take some of my crackle off. And instead of trying things new, behind the scenes and editing videos, I'm here live making mistakes. All right, you can still see those cracks, which is great. It's still really, 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 you guys know it's sticky. Let me see if I can dry it. Might just be sticky because it's wet. There's still a lot of cracks that didn't fill in. You guys, here's what we're going to do. Yeah, this is how we learn. We all learn together. Because the distressed ink barely filled in the cracks, and there are still so many more of them that need to be filled in. What I do know is that the gilding wax works extremely well for filling in those cracks. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to go with a bronze gilding wax. We're going to fill in all the rest of those cracks, and then we're going to distress up this barn and see. It's just because of the way that I used it, Carol. I used it improperly. I used it the same way that you would use Dixie Belle, but the Pentart is not the same process as the Dixie Belle. And so it was my mistake. They're two different types of formulas. Two completely different types of formulas. All right, we're going to go with some bronze gilding wax, you guys. I am just going with the flow right now. We're going to fill in the rest of these cracks with some gilding wax so that you can really, really, really see them. And that's going to distress the back of it. That's going to distress this up a lot more. Now, I know it looks messy. I know that it looks messy, you guys. We're going to come back in here and we're going to get the rest of that gilding wax back off of there. But this is going to bring out all of those cracks. Hopefully sanding it does not make it to where it won't come off. And if it does, then that might be okay too. But I want to see those cracks come through more. See, now this looks even more roughed up and vintage. Y'all. This is not turning out how I wanted it to, but I don't want to give up on it. Not at all. You are loving it so far? I'm glad, Kim. I'm starting to get a little frustrated because it's not my vision. And it's sticky. It's sticky. And that's what's bothering me the most. You like it, Pam? So you can kind of see, sorry. You can kind of see the flag poking through there. Definitely can see the crackles now. But like I said, it's sticky. You can always do the back side. I might, you guys, just have to not glue this down so that I can really think this over. For how I want to do this. Because it's not what I wanted. Could you wax it? Now it's not sticky anymore, now that it's dry. So apparently whenever it's wet, using a baby wipe makes it sticky. And then you got to dry it again. Now that it's dry, it's not sticky, but I'm just not loving the lack of color behind it, if that makes sense. The fact that my flag didn't come through as well. As I had hoped. So you guys, this is going to be yeah, you could absolutely do the flag on the other side of the block. I could not do the crackle on there. I'm trying to come up with ideas, you guys. I'm going to keep working on this one because this did not turn out quite how I wanted it to. Not quite, you guys, how I wanted it to. I'm going to think on this. I'm going to look around at my supplies, at the different things that I have, and I'm going to come up with something magnificent tomorrow. And I'm going to make this right here work for me. I'm going to make it work for me. I just haven't got, my mind is not, it's not. Yes, you could definitely put the transfer back on and paste it again. The flag one, and I got to wash it. You guys, we're already at almost an hour and a half. So for tonight, I'm giving up. I don't do that often. But for tonight, I'm going to give up. I'm going to step away. I'm going to go to bed. And then tomorrow, that's another thought too, Lynn. Possibly decoupage. Tons of different ideas. But I need to step away from this and come back to it with fresh eyes. Thank you, Pam. She says, I see your vision, though. It's not coming together how my thought process thought it would. And sometimes that happens when we're crafting, you guys. Sometimes it just does. So I'm going to call it for the night. I love you guys so much. Thank you, Annette. It's definitely a learning experience, whether I do it right or I do it wrong. Sometimes I get it wrong. But I'm going to get it right. And this is going to look amazing. It will. It will. I'm coming up with ideas, I promise you. All right, you guys, last night for free shipping on $100 orders or more, Princesses launch tomorrow, and free gift with purchase of $65 or more does end tonight as well. So I'll see you guys back here tomorrow. I will have this all finished up, and yeah, that's it for tonight. So you guys have a great evening. I'll talk to you later. Bye, everybody.